Welcome back to the F1 23 career mode here on the ChesnoidPlays channel. Today it's the British Grand Prix and the game has been patched. Red flags work, so we've got them turned back on again. Whether we'll get one at Silverstone remains to be seen. We've had a wonderful season so far and we hope that it continues a little bit further. We've scored points in 5 of the last 6 Grand Prix. We've never finished worse than 13th. And even now we're up on 100 difficulty, we're still putting performances in. And the car is relatively competitive. We're right there with Williams and Haas and Alfa Romeo and Alpine. Much better than AlphaTauri. Not far behind McLaren. They're about as far away from us as AlphaTauri are behind us. And then the top 4 are the top 4. Though Aston Martin have now overtaken Mercedes as we advanced here. We levelled off a bit. McLaren have gone, woohoo, bye-bye. And Red Bull are doing the same, unfortunately, at the top. We've got parts in the making. I need some more resource points before I can do any more of my own. So, there's only one thing to do. That's to go to bloody practice and get those bits. Get those resource points. Completely dry weekend, other than probably about the last half of the Grand Prix itself. Which, in rather typical English fashion, we'll see some rain. But fingers crossed we can get points again here. I hope. I love driving at Silverstone, but I'm not necessarily quick against the AI at Silverstone, traditionally. But with this car, we feel like anything is possible right now. So, let's go and achieve it. Please do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content, of course. Make sure you're following me on Twitch. F1 Creator Series begins this weekend on Saturday. It will be the Austrian Grand Prix weekend. And my first ever creator series. I'd love for you guys to join me on that if you don't mind. So do come across and join me on Twitch. And of course, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. The Southampton save on FIFA is dovetailing with this at the minute. Then when that Southampton save is finished, it'll be F1 only on this channel until the launch of the new FC24 all the way down the line in September. So we've got plenty of F1 content to come. Plenty of F1 content to come today, let alone over the next 3 months. Well, all of practice done. We feel relatively competitive. Obviously, Silverstone is going to be one of the circuits that I'm most familiar with. We do have, of course, an extra 15% boost to our resource point allocation from each session that we do, thanks to spending some money on one of the driver perks. So we're going to get more resource points more regularly moving forward, which hopefully will mean that we can speed up the development of the car. The more money we get in that time frame as well means we can upgrade more of the facilities, allowing us obviously to do more parts at any given time. But we do need to upgrade some stuff. Drag reduction is not necessarily going to be important for Hungary, but for Belgium, absolutely it's going to be important. So we'll pop drag reduction on there. Our chassis is still the worst in the field, although we do have 2 big chassis upgrades on the way, tyre wear and weight reduction. I can't do anything else on that front at the minute. ERS is obviously important as well, and as is durability. Well, we can throw that on for barely anything. That'll be ready for Zandvoort, provided it passes first time, of course. Now, do I do engine power and leave myself 6 resource points? Or do I do ERS or fuel efficiency? I'm tempted to do engine power. We do have the best engine in the field with this Mercedes. So why Mercedes-Benz themselves are down in like 7th, I'm not entirely too sure. Because it's their blooming engine that I've got in the back of my car. So maybe engine power isn't necessarily the way forward. Maybe it is something like energy recovery system. The fuel efficiency is already sensational, so we don't need to do anything about that. Let's do ERS. Or do I save my resource points? I'm going to save my resource points, I think. I'm going to save my resource points and spend it on the chassis when the next things have gone through prior to the next Grand Prix weekend. Right, let's put our better bits in for qualifying and the race, and hopefully we'll have a very, very enjoyable British Grand Prix weekend. That's what we dream of. Dreams can become nightmares, but sometimes dreams come true. Comfortably top 10, I think. That is a high 26, which is good for P7. I was hoping I could put in a low 27, but to get a high 26 is even better. Really pleased with that. Fantastic run in Q1. we should hopefully be able to get out of Q2 in one run as well. I mean, it was the highest of 126s, wasn't it? By 5 milliseconds. P7 for us. Any shock exits at this stage? Logan Sargent in the Williams, maybe, although probably not. Oscar Piastri is quite low and has just snuck through in what is a very fast McLaren. Iwasa P20, so no shocks there. They're all in a massive train for their second runs. That slightly concerns me. Which should be good enough to get us through. Oh, yeah, low 26. 26.855, I think, there or thereabouts. Good enough for a P2 in Q2. But one thing I noticed, and I might include the little clip where I took the screenshot, is that every other driver, apart from the Alpine that was at the front of the group, was so very close to everybody else doing their laps. The whole 15 of them or 14 of them were covered by a couple of seconds. It looked really odd. So certainly I think that needs looking into. Lando Norris didn't even set a time. Oscar Piastri 15th in the McLaren. They're both faster cars than that. They're the 5th fastest team. They will certainly come through on race day. That's poor from them. Very poor indeed. But we'll go again in Q3 and see what we can do when everyone turns it right up to the max. 27 flat. It's my slowest run of the session, but to be fair, we've done a 26.8, 9 and a 27 flat. So we're relatively consistent. Puts me P9 for the race tomorrow in-game. Obviously, when everyone else turned everything up to the next level, we didn't quite have it. Although we were still only, I was exactly a second to the millisecond slower than Max Verstappen, which is quite remarkable. And we are only a couple of tenths off Alex Albon in 6th. And we know we've got another couple of tenths in us at our absolute maximum around the track. So strategy-wise, this will be intriguing, especially when the rain comes out. But we are in, hopefully, with a chance at some good points here at our home Grand Prix. For me as a driver and for Chesnoid Racing as a team. Well, in theory, we know as ever what the grid is going to look like, but if there are any penalties, then we'd love to take advantage of them if we can. Max Verstappen on pole. George Russell is one of the fastest drivers in this save. I don't know whether it's the same for you guys, but he kills it every single race day when his car doesn't die. Moving further back, it's the 2 Ferraris. Sainz was a long way clear in Q2. Albon P5, Hamilton 6. So yes, there has been a penalty somewhere. I'm P8, Ocon and Gasly 9 and 10 in the Alpines. Who is it that's it might be Perez then that's taken that penalty. I don't recall seeing Sergio Perez. Indeed it is. He starts P15, so we earn an extra spot for the start. Iwasa in 20th.
And Nick De Vries.
Oh, and they fixed that bug as well. Love to see it. So Nick De Vries starting at the back, Logan Sargent alongside him. Strategy-wise, we're not entirely too sure when the rain is going to come.
Winning this title?
Winning this title?
5 remaining races.
What? Okay, someone clip that, please. I'm going to clip it here if I can, if my thing still works. No, that's incorrect. So we'll start on the hards, go as far as we can on them, see what the weather's doing, and then that will dictate what tire we go to after that. Fuel-wise, I know I'm going to use a lot of fuel here as well. We can save a little bit down the straight, so I'll take some out, but we'll still overfuel by a lap and a half. So starting on the white-rimmed hard tyre, going as far as we can. You know what the strategy is. Now we need to just execute. Right, we didn't actually get the tyres up to temperature until just before the very end of the lap. So we're going to start on the dirtier inside line as well, which is not going to be great. I'm going to try and point left a little bit if I can to try and get back across the track. It's not the best of parking either. A little bit short, about 10 inches maybe short of the yellow line, but I'm aiming across the track to try and get a decent start. Got to be wary of Gasly behind on those medium tyres, because he is going to be fast off the line. But Hamilton's had a poor start, so we're going to get across left. We're going to take Hamilton. We've had an unbelievable start, and provided we can avoid damage, we're in a wonderful position. I got warning for a collision with Albon, but I tried my best to avoid him. If anything, he turned into me slightly. I'm not sure. I'd have to have a look at it again. We've got the outside line, though, for this turn here, so we have dropped back down to P8 then. Bottas on his mediums has come through very well indeed. Gasly's dropped back with hard tyres on. It's not going to be the grippiest of race starts, that's for sure. An incredible pull away, and then just was poorly positioned for the next few turns. Bottas going through on his medium tyres here through Maggots and Beckett's. I'm offline, which has put me under pressure from Hamilton behind in his Mercedes. And then it's Lance Stroll on his medium tyres, who's actually having a look at Lewis Hamilton now. Alfa Romeo, Valtteri Bottas, is really genuinely surprisingly quick given where it is on the performance index. It's just the medium tyres that's the difference for him at the minute, and he's doing very well with them. Getting the feeling I should have started on the mediums already. I'm starting to wonder whether starting on the hard tyre was actually a mistake. Zhou Guan Yu coming through on his soft tyres as well. I wonder whether maybe we should have gone medium to the rain rather than hard medium. I just wasn't sure that medium would actually get me there. Stroll through on his medium tyres. DRS enabled next lap. We'll try and stick with some of these softer tyred runners in their DRS and try and work our way back forward later in the race. Sergio Perez on his medium tyres coming through now as well. Lewis Hamilton's dropped a long way back as it happens. He's behind Zhou Guan Yu. He's P13 right now, Lewis Hamilton. Just got to stay with Lance. Just stay with Lance and you'll be good. Out of that curve rather heavily. Oh, and then rode that one, and now I'm all over the place. God. One mistake at a crucial part of the lap absolutely murdered me there. Offline and out of position through a number of different turns. It's cost me 2 seconds, or cost me a second and a half to Lance Stroll, and a position. Lewis is through. Oh God, Nick, I'm Sergio Perez as well. We are tumbling. I always want to have a great home Grand Prix, and I'm just not delivering right now, or even close to it. We are on an inferior tyre. I keep telling myself that. Bottomed out on that curve again. I didn't do that ever in practice or quali. Now when it matters, I'm making mistakes. Tyres are wearing quite high as well. 10% after 4.5 laps.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.5 seconds.
Need to go to lap 23 on this set. Don't know about that, pal. Hamilton just took Zhou Guan Yu in front. Sergio's going to try and go around the outside of Stowe. As is Piastri, 2 positions down in 1 corner. We've done that in the positive before. Now doing it in the negative, but I have to keep telling myself, we have hard tyres on. They're on softer tyres. Keep trying to tell myself that the race will come to me later. Let's get out the throttle a little bit through Chapel. And then a little bump there, actually just with auto gearing knocked me up a gear, which killed my momentum. So both McLarens have taken me now.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on.
Down to P15. Oh my god. Please tell me the race will come to me later. Short-term loss, long-term gain. That's what I'm telling myself. Short-term loss, long-term gain. Piastri's gone so deep there. Don't know whether he was letting Lando through or whether he just straight up missed his braking point, but he was
Let's use overtake and burn
nowhere there. I don't know where he went. Up on his holidays towards the gravel trap. I feel like I'm faster than Piastri, but Lando, no. So I want to try and stick with Lando if I can, because Lando will definitely be going forward from here. Piastri's going to have a go at his teammate, I think, into Stowe. DRS is really powerful at Silverstone, as you can see. I don't want to get held up loads by them battling. Thankfully, everybody else in front is also quite close together and also battling. So hopefully we don't lose too much time. But those McLarens are just going to scrap like crazy now. I don't know whether I'm going to stand a chance of actually overtaking them at all.
Some information on De Vries. They've got some kind of mechanical problem.
Tyre wear on the hards is still so high as well, it's insane. Lando having a look at Piastri into Maggots and Beckett's. And now Lando's the one with DRS, I think. So he's probably just going to gap Piastri here. Lando trying to make himself safe to his teammate. Which will make his teammate vulnerable to me. Still no pit stops for any bumps, scrapes, comings together at all. Everybody's run a clean race so far. I may even be the only one with a warning from that little innocuous knock against Alex Albon earlier. No, he got a warning for the collision with me as well, so at least it was 6-1, half a dozen of the other. Ocon and Hamilton came together, and Gasly and Norris came together as well. So it wasn't, thankfully I wasn't the only one to get the stewards' eyeballs on me at the beginning of the race. It was only a racing incident. Right, now, soon, our tyre wear should hopefully start to come into its own. But I have a horrible feeling that because my tyre wear is so bad around here, my hard tyres are going to wear at the same pace as their mediums. So now Norris is out of danger range from Piastri. He's dragging Piastri with him, who's dragging me with him, and we're closing back in on Zhou Guanyu in the Alfa Romeo, who's on probably pretty horrible soft tyres right now. Managing my battery well enough as well. 21% of my fronts, and I'm on the hard. Christ knows what it's like for those on the softs. They've got to be pitting soon, surely. But right, where's Zhou Guanyu now? He is struggles on those tyres. Lando will get Zhou down the hanger straight, I'm sure. Then Piastri will get him, then I'll get him, unless they pit. Majority of the front runners started on hard, so none of those will be pitting yet. It's those that were further back. Still Zhou doesn't dip though. Oh, I've still got my battery turned on. My left bumper's not working. I'm trying to turn my battery off, and it's not turning off. Have I got an issue? Have I got... either it's a bug or I've got an issue. I'm not sure which. But I cannot turn my battery off right now.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
What's happened? They've not. Surely if they had an ERS failure, they'd have told me about it though. And it would show up.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
I think it's a bug. I think it's a bug. I've done like a whole lap.
Right, let's not stay behind this car for too long. We need to
There you
get
go, I've been able to turn it off now. Jeez Louise. That was insane. They didn't say anything about it. They just left me out here with an ERS failure. Where's the communication, Mark? I have no idea what was going on there. I genuinely thought it was a bug. I've got my ERS back, but who knows how much time that cost me. Piastri's gone deep again. That's going to cost him time on Lando. Managed to get significantly out of the throttle here as well. Can't believe I just had a little ERS failure. Thankfully, the battery's building back up quite quickly. Yeah, when our gearbox went in Jeddah, when our gearbox went in Saudi Arabia, they didn't tell me that it was failing until I was already retiring. Shows bad tyres are being helped by just DRS off Piastri. Yellow flag in the first set. There's been some sort of major pile-up, or Ferrari's retiring. Something's happening. The yellow flag is in front to the other Hang on. So George is taking Carlos Sainz up the inside. They've collected one another. Carlos Sainz has gone to come into the pits, and George is stuck on him. I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not. Sainz has got a broken wing here, and I think Carlos Sainz is trying to pit, but gets stuck on George, who's trying to not pit, and then they both abandon. Sainz is still trying to get into the pits here. Oh my god! What? That's peculiar. Sainz is still trying to get his way into the pits to replace that front wing, and he's just stuck there at the minute. He's going to get himself disqualified sooner rather than later. That was absolute chaos. Now I'm even further behind in front. So bad coming out of Chapel. Just makes me so vulnerable. There's K-Mac through. Hulkenberg's coming as well. Try and get Nico back again, which we've done well. Our race is falling apart in front of my eyes right now.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 6.7 seconds.
But at least we're still ahead of Iwasa, right? Yeah, we were due a dud race. I was just kind of hoping it wasn't going to be my bloody home Grand Prix.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Really? The rain was supposed to come at the end of the race. We're not even a third of the way through the Grand Prix, and they're saying it's coming in 10 to 15 minutes. We should have gone medium to the rain. We should have gone medium. Albon's in the pits, as is Fernando Alonso as well. So those that were on the softer tyres than us are starting to pit now. One of the Mercedes is in the pits now as well. Probably George. It's Lewis. It is Lewis. You lose so much time in a pit stop here.
We think we might see some rain. ETA about 15 minutes. Okay, dries seem like the best time.
The rain's still a little way out. I think the rain's still a little way out. I think I'm still going to try and run this current strategy. Try and take K-Mac here. It's not gone defensive. DRS is so powerful down the hanger straight. And then we'll just drift wide and take the position. Up to P11 now. Now Russell's in the pits. He's going to hards. That's fucking floor damage. Ocon's got a 5-second penalty. Oh man, my car's falling apart. Floor damage, ERS failure. Tyres don't last. This is just an absolutely chaotic Grand Prix. Well, this one will be a simple overtake this time. Just don't mess it up, Ches, and you'll hold on to the position. We're actually P8 now. So many drivers pitting. How these Haas have gone so far on their soft tyres is a mystery. And they still, neither of them are pitting. I don't know what to do at the minute. I don't know what to do. I could try and hold on till the rain, but I highly doubt that's going to work. How these guys are so fast on soft tyres after 20 laps is a complete joke, to be honest. If my hard tyres are 35 to 40% worn, then how are their soft tyres not in the fucking 60s and 70s right now? Zhou Guan Yu in front of me is still going as well in P7. So what I might do is disregard the rain and pit to try and undercut those around me. So the rain is still a ways out. Staying out just isn't the play, I don't think. I don't know whether to undercut for time, but then I don't know if my mediums will last all the rain. The mediums didn't... Sorry, the hards didn't last that much longer than the mediums. I always look forward to Silverstone, and without fail, we always have a terrible weekend. Every single year. Every single season of every single year. I love driving this circuit, but I'm just not very fast at it. And every single time I drive it, I'm always like, I want to do really well, and then I do horribly. Oh, so pitting them for a set of medium tyres to take me to the rain. And hoping that they last till the rain. Trying to undercut those that were around me. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. So something's happened. I think it's Charles Leclerc. It's Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc's retiring.
Right,
So the Ferrari's out.
That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
Pulled over to... Yeah, there you go. Charles Leclerc's out the session. He's pulled over to the left-hand side of the road. Coming into turn 3.
Alright, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy.
We're coming out in nearly dead last. Now hoping that a tyre advantage will help us earn some time. But it's a tyre advantage with floor damage. And in the pre-race menus.
So all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about.
And my teammate's trying to fucking overtake me. What? So, before the race, the graphic said go to 23 and then take this set of tyres to the end. But now it's telling me that this set of tyres will only get me as far as lap 30 something. Quite off the curb there. Made a big mess of that. Now it's wanting me to take these tyres only as far as the midway point of what's left. Because my tyre wear is so high. My tyres aren't going to last. It might well be the floor damage that is going to affect that, you're right. Now we're hoping that we can gain time on both Alfa Romeos, both McLarens, Lance Stroll, and the 2 Hasses. You can see the difference in pace between myself and De Vries. How Wassel was so fast last lap, I don't know. It must have just been cold tyres, I imagine. De Vries has got nothing. He might as well be in a different category of car at the minute, Nick De Vries. Not even close.
De Vries is
How
ahead
old
of
are
you.
his tyres?
Less than a second separates you. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:33.5.
Hulkenberg's in the pits now. This is where we find out if the undercut has actually gained as much time at all. They took their softs further than I took my hards. Hulkenberg was about 1.5 seconds behind me when we pit. Now so we find out just how much time we've gained. So at the minute we're not gaining enough to catch those that were ahead of us before we pit. But the longer they go on, the slower they'll be. Loads of cars in the pits now. I take that Alfa Romeo and I catch that Alfa Romeo. It's Zhou Guan Yu. So we gained about 5 seconds on Zhou.
The car ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres.
So we haven't gained any positions, but we have closed the gap significantly. Lance Stroll's gone to softs. Stroll's gone to softs, and I presume he's going to try and take them to the rain. He's going to be bloody quick. And now Zhou has a tyre wear advantage on me. I think the plan here shouldn't be to overtake Zhou at the moment. It's just to stick with him and close in on those in front. Just pound the lap times in. One of the McLarens is in now. Presumably Lando, as well as an Alpine. And an AlphaTauri. It's Gasly. McLaren is out. Norris has gone to softs and it's raining. The rain is falling. On lap 28 of 52, the rain is falling. How long will it take to get to intermediate tyre weather running? That's the question. We don't know. We might not even get to the point where we need wet weather running. It might just drizzle a bit. And everyone will be fine. There is a change to inters that comes. I want to be the first to do it.
We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid.
We don't have the data to set inters as my next tyre. We've taken Piastri. We're past the McLaren. We're up to P13. It is getting wetter. So Piastri on softs is now right with us in the McLaren. I don't know if this rain will ever get heavy enough, you know. Trying to stick with Zhou Guanyu here. Having to defend to Oscar is just costing me so much time in front though as well.
0.3 seconds.
Carlos Sainz is going considerably slowly as well. But his tyres are so dead. He pit early, remember, for that new front wing. So his tyres are just going to be had it by now.
Okay, even though we're seeing cars start to struggle in these conditions, if we pit for inters now, we're going to be too slow and we'll burn them out. Make the best of it for the time being.
I am making the best of it, mate. As Frankie subscribes with a tier 1... Hang on, what? Frankie just... Oh, you subscribed with Prime, but have converted from a Prime to a tier 1. Thank you, Frankie. The cheer was perfectly timed to see Oscar Piastri overtake me. So, fair enough. Cheering for Oscar Piastri to overtake. You're not based in Australia, are you, Frankie? We're starting to see... Before we just saw rain falling, now we're starting to see the splashes on the track surface. We're not going to be far away from dry running, I don't think. Sorry, from intermediate running, I don't think.
This rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future. Dry's definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Okay. As was the case with the last Grand Prix, as soon as they say, oh, we're not sure, that's when I'm pitting. Oh, no! No! Gone into... It's an ERS... something's failed. ES. Energy store. No! Energy store fails. And we retire from the British Grand Prix on lap 32 of 52. It's only our second retirement of the season, but our race is over. You are out of the session due to a mechanical failure with your car. Retire from session. We knew nothing of it. They didn't say anything. We knew nothing of our ERS issue earlier in the race as well. They said nothing there either. I wonder whether that's a bug with the latest patch. I'm not sure. I will report it and see if anyone else is having the same issue. But we're out. How did the race finish? Lewis Hamilton wins the Silverstone Grand Prix. Wow. Max Verstappen was miles away in front. What happened in the latter stages? Lewis won by 2 seconds, 2.1 seconds. Lando in the end finished. They all did one stop. They didn't pit again for wet weather tyres. It never became wet enough. It never became wet enough.
However, in this instance, I was more
unbelievable.
impressed by Max Verstappen's solid, clean driving
IDNF
throughout the
rate
event.
on lap 32. And
change in the top spot then, but with today's
wow.
points, Their hold on that lead is getting weaker. Well, what
It didn't rain hard enough for intermediate tyres.
Thanks to everyone who
I was on the
the
borderline of maybe pitting the next lap as the rain was coming down, but everybody else stayed out. Carlos Sainz had to pit twice, of course, but everybody one-stopped it and just nailed it. Max pole to second. Checo 15th to the podium, by the way. Lando 16th to 5th. Piastri 14th to the points. So with the standings, I stay 9th. Lando disappears in front of me. Is now nearly twice as many points as me. We are level on points with Alpine. As Esteban Ocon gets a P6, we are level on points with Alpine. That's huge for them and huge for us on both ends of the spectrum. Oh, mate, absolutely gutted for our second retirement of the season. We are out. But driver acclaim goes down. Iwasa's acclaim goes up. We get our money, but... Well, it was already a bit of a messy race. And that messy race...
failure must have been infuriating.
Yeah, it was. I didn't even know it was coming, pal.
Focus on upgrades to our powertrain. That should help reduce the likelihood of faults like these cropping up again in the future.
Unbelievable. Mechanical failure. I get 400 resource points for it. And for the ERS failure as well in the Grand Prix. So we had 2 failures in that same Grand Prix. Now it's time to negotiate with teammate again. Go to the driver market. I've got 1.62 million. I cannot afford Iwasa. I can't afford Iwasa. I'm going to have to get a cheaper driver. But there are some faster, cheap drivers. I could get Jamie Chadwick. I could get Teo Pourchaire, Drogovic, Liam Lawson, Jack Doohan. They're all rated higher than Iwasa right now. I've always wanted to get Jamie Chadwick. So I think I'm going to get Jamie Chadwick. We're going to approach Jamie and we'll see what she wants.
Here you can make an offer to your driver.
They want
the more you offer, the greater chance.
Oh well, we hopefully can go with a high risk here. Because our team level is so much higher than what she's expecting. She did decline £920,000 salary. We can go in for her again though, and we'll do a medium offer this time. I definitely want Jamie Chadwick though. I've always been. It won't let me approach her again. Can I not approach her again? Oh, I thought I could re-approach her if it didn't work. Oh man! I can't get Jamie Chadwick. Heartbreak. I can in a few days' time, can I? I can reapproach in a few days' time. We'll try that then. We will have to get a new driver before the next Grand Prix, but we have the opportunity perhaps to wait. Oh, Energy Saw is now dead. 2 mechanical failures this season. Right, now I've got some points. I've got some points. I still can't do anything here because of department capacity. That's going to be department capacity. This isn't, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting to improve the chassis because our engine's already good enough. So let's start to advance then. Let's up the aero there, morale, up the aerodynamics, driver promotion filming, and then G-force training, and we'll advance. Can I maybe renegotiate with her again? No! Oh, I didn't want to renegotiate with Iwasa. Let me see if I can go for Jamie Chadwick again. It's been a messy episode. Everything's been messy, hasn't it? Messy race, messy driver perk. I can approach Jamie again. Right, I'll offer the medium tier then. Medium risk. Medium risk, 1.04 million salary. That's her market value, and she will sign. Jamie Chadwick is our new second driver. I wanted to keep Iwasa to the end of the season because that's what you guys wanted as well, but I quite simply could not afford him. So Jamie Chadwick joins. Roll dampers are passed. Energy cells passed as well. Fantastic news. We can now upgrade the chassis again. So weight redistribution is going to be fantastic. We'll do that, and I can do another one here as well. Do we do weight reduction? Do we do tyre wear? I think the high tyre wear was track specific, so I'm going to do the... Oh, insufficient points! I need 4 more points. Are you kidding me? 4 more resource points. I'm going to get some more. I'll get weekly resources in a couple of days' time. There's 30 resources for that. Right, I can now afford to upgrade the chassis again. So let's do that. Oh, dearie me, this is chaos. Just pure chaos at the moment. Drag reduction should pass before... it's not going to pass before the Hungarian Grand Prix, but hopefully it will pass before Spa, which is where we need that drag reduction for straight line speed. But Jamie Chadwick is in. We have a new second driver. We've gone backwards in the R&D department. Oh, man. I'm absolutely devastated. On all fronts, I wanted to keep Iwasa. I'm pleased at least that we were able to recover with Jamie Chadwick. But to go out my home Grand Prix with only our second mechanical failure of the season is absolute heartbreak. It will be the Hungarian Grand Prix then, next time out. Oh, God, absolute heartbreak. Do come across and join me on the Twitch page to watch these live. I could do with your support, very much so indeed. Join me in the next episode here on YouTube, though, by subscribing to the channel, making sure you don't miss out on another episode of this, or, of course, the Southampton save as well, top that I'm wearing. So hit that notification bell. Make sure you're here for Creator Series as well. The stream will be on Saturday. I may put the footage on the main channel. I may put the footage on the main YouTube channel. So do make sure you subscribe to Chesnoid Gaming as well. Might put a smaller highlights package here live on the second channel. We'll wait and see what happens. But for now, that's all from me for today. I apologise that was arguably the worst Grand Prix of the season. But the only way is up. And we're hungry for success. Sorry about that. I'll see you next time.